Hey everybody, how y'all doing today?
What is up? How y'all doing? Alright, so let's talk about chopped onions today. How's everybody doing today? Today's title of this video is going to be chopped onions. So, kombucha bitch is at it again. Just more crap that he wants to put us through. Trying to desensitize us to just about everything. For the most part, a lot of people are done talking about him. They don't want to do videos on him anymore. Because it's all the same bullshit. And it really is. And let's see. It really is the same bullshit over and over again. He screams, dry heaves, and all kinds of other crap. Oh, fake dry heaves, I should say. Go figure. Because that's all he likes to do. I mean, that's a 34-year-old man-child. A 34-year-old. Right, exactly. A 34-year-old with 2 kids. Married with 2 kids, I should say. And he acts like a freaking teenager that just lost his damn phone. I mean, I've said that before about other people, but this is taking it to a whole new level of stupid. Yep. He is. And what makes it even worse is that the FBI was already investigating him before Chris Hansen had gone to them. All these testimonies that the girls have been saying, and even the other YouTubers that have been saying it, it's telling, very telling. It's funny, like I think even if he does a lie detector test or something, it's not going to work because a pathological liar can beat them. Like if you believe your own lie, you can beat it. I like how in his last video he was all like, "I made $200," and then later in the video he says it's $240. Like, at least get your lies straight, damn it. That's how a lot of people actually work. Like, get your lies straight. All right. $2.40. Yeah, probably. I mean, how else does he get away with this shit? I mean, How the hell does he still have money to afford these hotels and motels? Like that's exactly what he's staying in right now is a motel. That's not a hotel. I agree. He's deserved it for a very, very long time now. And not just what he's been up to lately. Like not just his most recent accusations. Like he's deserved this for what he did to Shiloh. Like his videos that he did to Shiloh. And then after he fucking was like in that one video that was leaked, he was throwing candy corn at her and saying no one will know what I do, no one will know that I abused you. And like what the fuck? I say he deserves everything that he gets. Everything that happens to him, I say he deserves. And it's all right. You can watch the stream for a little bit and then catch your sleep. I don't want to like be like, oh well, stay awake or whatever. Like sleep is necessary. I think. Honestly, I don't care about YouTube's policies, like these new bullying and harassment policies. I don't give a fuck. All it is smoke and mirrors. It's just another way to protect Onision. Oh, you do too many videos about him. That's considered bullying and harassment. Oh, like he's made thousands, hundreds of videos on Eugenia Cooney and Shane Dawson. Those aren't bullying or harassment. I think he deserves a taste of his own medicine. Fuck the policy. Instead of fuck the police, it's fuck the policies. He is a public figure. He has been a public figure since fucking 2006. That's insane. Way back in the day on YouTube. I think it was Onision, Smosh, The Amazing Atheist, several other YouTubers that have been. Honestly, I don't know. All I can probably say is like she's still at the I think she's still at the house with the kids while Onision is doing all these fake bullshit videos, pretending he's holding a street sign on the street like he wants to be a homeless veteran or something. It's probably what he's doing. He's probably trying to push his veteran status, which is bullshit too. No, she's not any better either. She's a whole ass predator too. He's probably watching just in case like she makes videos on Patreon or whatever. Fuck the policy coming straight from the underground YouTube Vlad Davids because I'm not a clown. That's hilarious. I just had Subway for dinner and I got cigarettes, so I'm good to go. Caffeine doesn't make me stay awake, it actually makes me sleepy. He is the joke of YouTube. That's exactly what I said. I think one of the guys, the negative reactions or whatever, he did recently subscribe to me, so he did steal one of my jokes for his video. He said that he's not the Joker of YouTube. I got a spicy Italian with urban cheese bread, with mozzarella and shredded cheese, and lettuce, tomato, Southwest Chipotle sauce, and ranch, and Parmesan. Shit's good. Of course, it's baked. And I got a bag of chips that is just emptied. Sun chips, those are the best. He is the joke. He's not the joker. He is the joke. I think we can all agree with that. He's not the Sirius Black of YouTube. He's more like one of the what are one of those Death Eaters? No, he's more like Lucius Malfoy, the worst Death Eater. Puffs himself up to be bigger than he is. Makes himself look good in front of the government. Tries to skirt the line on what's legal. Really does fit him. I think Lucius Malfoy fits him. Greasy hair, long greasy hair. At least Lucius Malfoy in the end, he was kind of he's still a snake. So he's just a cheap con man. I agree. He's been a cheap con man for years, lying about the military. Small penis syndrome, exactly. The fact that he was like bitching about his wingman in the Air Force, like he used to be a drug dealer. Like, come on, dude. At least he was trying to change his life for the better. That's honorable, unlike him. Yeah, I saw that video about Angry Cop talking about Onion Boy. It's one of my favorite videos. You must be a YouTuber, Onion Malfoy. That's great. It's funny. It's funny. He knows all the laws about age of attract or like age of consent. He knows all the age of consent laws in the United States, but he doesn't know the fact that weed is legal in his state of Washington. It's not an illegal drug that he tries to say. It's been legal since 2012, recreationally. And actually, I don't even consider marijuana a drug. It's medicine mostly. Hell, they just made it legal here in my state of Oklahoma I think last year for medical, and all the CBD shops that have been popping up. Hell, there's actually one right down the street from me. Unfortunately, I don't have a medical card. I agree. That makes it a lot creepier. I agree with that. Um, West Virginia. I don't know if it's legal to smoke in West Virginia. Um, actually, let me check that out. Actually, I want to make sure that's legal to do that. Virginia marijuana laws. It's still illegal. It's still illegal recreationally in Virginia, but it's recently passed a law that narrowly approves medical marijuana. So having it medically is legal, but having it illegally isn't. Mountain Mama. That's fine. Um, medical is here in Oklahoma. It's in parts of Texas. Not all of Texas has it, but because Texas is still very big in the Bible Belt, so that's probably a lot of why they don't do that. Colorado has it recreationally. Washington has it recreationally. Vermont, I believe, is also recreationally. Minnesota, I believe, got it recently recreationally. There's actually about 12. There's about 12 states that are recreational. I believe there is. Actually, I do want to check that too. All right, the 2019 medical marijuana laws, medical and recreational. Yeah, it's illegal in England, unfortunately. There is the District of Columbia, which is DC, Alaska, California, Colorado, Illinois, Maine, Massachusetts, Michigan, Nevada, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington have adopted it for recreational use. That's exactly right. Those are the 11 states plus DC that is legal recreational marijuana. 11 states is pretty good. That's like almost a third of the United States where it's legal. Thumbs up. Exactly. Thank you. Oh, this is the hottest room in the house. I swear to God. 1 second. I'm going to open up a window. It is too damn hot here. Much better. Sorry about that. Thank you. I just had to pop open a window. I'm actually borrowing one of my roommate's old chairs. It is hotter than shit. Plus, I just walked over a mile to get here, or to get here and back. It's funny, for a fat guy, I can actually hold my own in a lot of places. Plus, the tax and the government is getting from marijuana is a huge fat check. I agree with that. Here's what I say. Here's what I say for medical, like for marijuana in general. Should it be legalized recreationally nationwide? I say it should go to school funding. I say a lot of the big revenue should go to school funding. I say it should go to fixing roads and other places. I say it should go to that. I say it should go to funding way more state-funded things. There's a lot of things that in certain states that need it. Oh yeah, Colorado got mega rich over it. Okay, that's kind of cool with the light on the side of my head for my glasses. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I think a lot of it does need to be fixing roads. They need to. I remember back when Colorado first legalized it, they were getting like hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, and the fact that they were getting so much money from it. It's funny because a lot of people try to use that term called the slippery slope fallacy, and they try to be like, oh well, if you legalize this, then this can be legalized. chicken sweet corn sandwich. That actually sounds pretty good. I think a lot of people try to be like, "Oh, it's a slippery slope argument." No, it's not. Not if you do it the right way. Like they think they said that way back when Obama legalized gay marriage for the country, and a lot of people were like, "Well, this is gonna be like a slippery slope kind of thing. If you legalize this, then this is gonna get legalized." No, it's not. Like that's not how it works. Yeah, they are. Um, Hell, there are people shitting in the streets in California. That's disgusting. I think they should. The decriminalization might actually bounce back to using all natural ingredients. I agree with that. Like, no offense to people in California, but California is just a shithole in a lot of ways. Prioritizing fundings, I agree. It needs to be prioritized. Take your money where your mouth is. Put your money where it needs to be. Like legalizing marijuana is just a step to making your state better in a lot of ways. I'm glad that we got rid of Mary Fallin in Oklahoma, which was the worst governor we've ever had. Oof, that's disturbing. I also heard that they like once a week or twice a week that they have people come out and clean up the streets just to shovel the shit out. Decriminalizing it would be good. I think Trump actually said a while back he wanted to decriminalize it because one, it's not a big crime. Like it's not like it's really not a crime at all. After cold coughs suck. And they last forever. Like how much mucus can one chest have? Swear to God. Ugh, it's disgusting. I've got a cup. I've got an old cup here. I've been spitting in. I know that's disgusting, but I have a cup here. I've been spitting in. It's almost a quarter of the way full. Oh, it's disgusting. One time I almost fill up a half of. Um, no, it wasn't that big of a thing. Like I had like a 2-day cold, and then that's it. It's just an after cold thing. I think it's because I was walking out in the rain last week or a couple weeks ago, back in November. It does make it hard to sleep sometimes with it. I think Onion Boy would never have known that. Like, I don't think he understands anything, to be honest with you. Yeah. To be honest, I don't think he understands um, anything. Like, he has some form of awareness, but he doesn't actually use his awareness. Also, I think my phone background's really cool. Goku Frieza. Mm, honestly, I don't. I think he might have some form of autism, but not to where it will impair him or to where it will. Now I'm not a doctor or anything, but I've been around people. I know I have a bunch of friends who have autism, and they are very narcissistic in some ways. It can be very it's certain because of certain spectrums of autism, like you can go from, oh, you don't know what you're doing half the time, to I think so too. He looks strung out as fuck. And then it can go from blatant. Hold on, I think my roommates are back. I'll be right back. All right, I am back for now. I agree. He does. He go no acting like he goes out without getting checked out. Exactly. Probably booger sugar. Hey, you say that too. It's funny. A lot of people don't know that term. A lot of people don't know what booger sugar is. Yeah. From being an ex corrections officer, you had to be able to look for that. Also, if you don't know what that is on my arm, that's not a needle mark. That is a needle mark, but that's not drugs. That's from donating plasma. Nose candy. Disco sugar. That one I haven't heard. I haven't heard that term before. All right. So yeah, I did record Onion Boy's last video. I did actually. I'm thinking about doing it again once I have a car. Oh, now that I have a couple of people watching, I wanted to say that I do have a Patreon. Perico? Don't know what that is. Probably another term I haven't heard before. Just wanted to share that I had a Patreon. Oh, Parrot. Yeah. Man, you guys freaking smashed those like buttons. I was still freaking amazed about that. I do have a Twitter account too. a Twitter account that I do share. Oh yeah, yeah. I had a friend who used to do all kinds of stuff. My Twitter account right here. I've never done that stuff myself. The only thing I've ever done, thank you. The only thing I've ever done, um, that's drug related was snorting pills, but that was way, way back in the day. I only ever did it like twice. It wasn't for me. It gave me a very big headache. It was just like cheap ass ibuprofen. Thank you. You don't. That's just all of your, huh? I've never done it. I'll never do it again. Like that's just something I did once. I was in Job Corps. I was hanging out with my roommate, and my roommate was wanting to do something, and so I joined him for a bit. I say the best thing. Like I'm not saying anybody should do this, but if they ever do certain kinds of hard drugs or anything like that, I say always do it with someone that you trust. Like my roommates are acting crazy. They couldn't game tonight, so um, I say like if you like I'm not saying do anything, but if you ever do have the chance to, I say do it with somebody that knows what they're doing and that somebody who is a good friend of yours. Like don't go out and do anything stupid. Like stay home. Like stay home when you happen. Like if you have to. Don't go out. Um and don't like if you do have to, exactly, yes, trusted people. Only do this around trusted people. Like smoke weed with a friend. Like smoke weed. Like that's the only thing I can say to do, honestly, is do smoke weed at least once. Cause it's not an addict like smoking weed is not addictive. It's not addictive like say cigarettes are. And that's the only thing I'm kind of addicted to, like it. I try to be somebody who's a bit more experienced. Like I try to say that I've got some experience in doing things, but whatever you do something, I try to think like I've got some form of, I guess, public speaking appearances. Like I used to always be very junk food. I've actually I used to be very addicted to Mountain Dew. I used to be very addicted to it. And I kicked this like years ago. Like I only ever drink this when I agree with that. Drinking Mountain Dew was very addictive to me. Like Mountain Dew would be the only form of soda I would drink. Like Mountain Dew was just something. It was like my poor. It was like we used to make fun of it. We used to call it like poor man's crack. We used to call this poor man's crack, and it was true. It was very true. I kicked this years ago, back when I was living in Kentucky, and I started drinking stuff like Dr. Pepper, like once in a blue moon. I would drink mostly caffeine-free sodas, and then I kicked mostly soda completely. I actually was soda free for like 2 years. It is hard. Like it is so hard to kick sugary drinks. It is very difficult to. It is very difficult to kick. Pasta better than abs. I agree with that. I love pasta. Like I think what kicked me from pasta for the longest time, I actually did not have pasta. I was working for a place called Fazoli's, which is an Italian fast food restaurant where I was making pasta like every day. I would make like three different kinds of pasta in big barrels, like these big cauldrons. And it would take like 9, 10. Sometimes the longest one was like 12 minutes. And then I would put them in an ice bath and then I would put these in an ice bath and cool them off, and then have them for the next day. Like this was my first 2 liter Mountain Dew in God, almost a year and a half. I just wanted something to treat myself with, and I figured, hey, having 2 liter Mountain Dew is good enough. God, when I made breadsticks, oh my God, when I made breadsticks, I hated those over buttered ones. How I would make them is I would take the thawed ones out of the fridge, out of the cooler, and I would take our homemade butter. I would do 1 layer of butter, 1 layer of butter, 1 layer of butter. And then when they went through, they would still have that nice butter flavor, but they would be crispy on top instead of soaking. Trust me, having soaked in butter breadsticks is disgusting. At least in my opinion, it is. I don't know why people like throw like fucking 3 or 4 slaps of butter on their breadsticks. Like when I would make breadsticks, like that's how they would come out, was all crispy and flavorful, not fucking drenched in butter. 'Cause trust me, drenched in butter breadsticks does not go well with pasta. Because if you're wanting to dip your breadsticks in butter, like if you want to dip it in butter, that's fine, but like don't dip it in sauce or anything. Don't dip it in sauce. Like if you have oversaturated butter breadsticks, don't dip them in sauce because you're just gonna break them. They're just gonna fall apart, and they're just gonna be disgusting. I'm very picky when it comes to my food and the way I cook it. Like I can make chicken. Sometimes when I make chicken, it comes out dry, so I cook it even thawed, even frozen chicken. I will put it in the fridge, or I'll put it in the oven for like 20 minutes, pull it out, season it, put it back in for another 20 to 40 minutes. And then it comes out like brilliantly moist. It comes out very delicious. I'm very picky when it comes to food, especially because I'm a chef at heart. So I love cooking. It's one of my favorite things to do. Cooking is definitely one of my favorite things. Hell, I make dinner almost every night here. So anyway, um, age of consent laws. The power of MSG recently, it's been overindulging like crazy. Yes, MSG is delicious. A lot of people try to say, "Oh, it's bad for you. Oh, it's like a more addictive salt." But I love cooking, so MSG, it's hard to find here in Oklahoma unless I go to like a health food store or something, and it's kind of expensive. MSG, pretty expensive here, I think. It's like $4 a freaking for a big bottle of it. Sometimes up to 6. But if you really want to lay into that, like your fried chicken and stuff, if you make fried chicken, a little, like a tablespoon of MSG in your powder, like in your dry ingredients, it's phenomenal. Like it's a completely different taste. Instead of using, you still want to use a tablespoon of salt, but you want to use also a tablespoon of MSG because it also increases the flavor just a little bit. Okay, yeah. Age of consent laws. Onision tries to say like, oh, he knows the age of consent laws in other countries. Well, actually, he's wrong about the Japanese one because it used to be 14 years old. I think they've recently increased it to 16, which is funny because if he had actually done his research, he would know. Half the things he says are full of shit. He's got he's got absolutely no sense of reality. he knows the age of consent in certain states. Like he knows it in Pennsylvania, he knows it in Virginia, he knows it in some states. Like he knows it in Washington, obviously. But it shouldn't matter where you know it. Exactly. Like I'm 29 years old. I'm almost 30. Lolly hentai, I know that. I know he had a bunch of lolly one. I think in the stream of I think in Chris Hansen's stream she did say some. He's like that guy who lives down your street. He's like that one guy who lives down the street that. I mean, for someone, and don't chastise me for this, but I am a furry, but I don't like use that or anything. I don't like abuse that to the point where it's weird, if that makes sense. Like, sir, like, yeah, fuck yeah, some of the artwork is amazing. I've seen some brilliant artwork, but it's just not bad. Like, a lot of it's not bad. And I've seen some pretty terrible artwork too. I had a dream about Onision one time. It was actually really bad. It was a really, really bad dream. Like I was living on my own in this house, and I had gotten an email saying that a predator had moved in down the street. And then there would be like girls coming in out of that guy's house left and right all the time. And then I went to go investigate it, and it was Onision. It was really bad. I punched him in the face in my dream. I think all of us need is for Christmas is him to go to prison. I think that'd be great, but I think this type of investigation that's been happening, I think it does take time and it needs to be done. It needs to be done properly. It needs to be done with hard ironclad evidence that would put him away for decades. Like I would be like 60 years old by the time he would get out. I'd be like a 60-year-old grandfather or something by the time he gets out. Exactly, but I did wake up like I woke up whenever he started doing his like goat screeching crap. I think he would probably refuse medication. Like I swear to God, this dude refuses any form of medication. If he actually did have a therapist that he claims to have, a therapist would be offering him the medication to get his mind right. He has a chemical imbalance. I believe he has some form of chemical imbalance. But because he refuses those medications, he's never going to get better. He's never going to get better. But when he does go to prison, What's wrong with metalheads? I'm a metalhead. I was just listening to an old Korn song I hadn't heard in forever. Falling Away From Me by Korn. One of my favorite songs. Falling away from me. Falling away from me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because real metalheads don't listen to that bullshit. Well, unless you're an elitist metalhead. Yeah. 230. I wish I was 230. I'm 270, so I understand. I'm a 6 foot 270. So if Onion Boy wanted to fight me, his ass would be bloody and broken. Ooh, 285. I was 285 for a bit. I lost a bunch of weight recently. I was almost 300 and then I lost about 20 pounds, 20, 25 pounds. I'm still losing weight, but at the same time, I need a job right now so I could actually lose more. Because if I'm working and I'm moving around a lot, I lose weight quicker. I've gained a lot of weight since I haven't been working. Sorry, not working is just my biggest issue. And I think a big issue I have with Onision is the fact the way he treats other jobs out there, like he treats real jobs. He's that kind of guy who would nice. Yeah, I was almost 350 like but after I kicked those sugary drinks a lot. I still have Dr. Pepper and stuff like that now and then, but exactly, I agree. I think after I've kicked a lot of the sugary drinks, I dropped from 350 to 280 to 290. I've lost almost 50 pounds with this when I stopped drinking stuff like that. I hate that shit. Like I I say a job is a job no matter what you're doing. And that's why I always try to treat people who work behind counters. I try to be friendly to them, try to be like, "Hey, how's your day going? How you doing? You know, have you had a good day today?" Shit like that. Like when I go to like whenever I go to my local 7-Eleven to buy cigarettes and stuff, I always ask them, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm kind of like well known there now. Like they know exactly what I'm there to get. It's funny. That's good, man. That's funny. Like he had to literally go out of his way to get a Canadian application just for a video so he could have a screaming fit. I swear the dude sounds like a fucking donkey or a screaming goat. Screaming goat seems to be more accurate. Do you guys like it better when I do videos like when I add a meme or something in or exactly, a job is a job. And like no matter what you're doing as long as you're getting a paycheck, you're doing something. Exactly. He's never going to be he's never serious. And of course, he has diehard fans, which makes it even sadder. Memes, even if it takes an extra 30, 40 minutes for a meme. I think so too. I think that'd be great. I'm probably going to be on stream for another 15, 20 minutes. I know. Um, Unfortunately, if I do use a meme or something, he can't flag them, which I find it great. I agree. It's better than slinging. It's better than slinging drugs. Legal money is better. I agree with that. I am probably going to be on for the next 15. I've been going for almost an hour, so another 15, 20 minutes. Then I'll get back to my Netflix. Also, what do you guys watch on? Like, do you guys have Netflix or Hulu or Disney Plus or something? Honestly, I don't know about Disney Plus. I don't want to spend an extra $8 on Disney Plus because I already have Netflix. Because I know Netflix, because I know Disney Plus and Hulu are combined now. Oh, there was a really good show on Hulu that I watched. Nice. I saw that. I saw that. I was like, what the fuck? Like, there's a few shows on Disney Plus that I think are really great, but I don't. Um, what up, dude? The Mandalorian's okay. I've heard a lot of good about it. I still need to finish watching Clone Wars. Unless I did finish watching it, I'm not sure. Because I actually loved Clone Wars. I thought freaking Ahsoka was amazing as a character, especially as Anakin's Padawan. Yeah, I think almost everything is better than the prequels. The prequels. Yeah, VPNs are pretty good for that. I enjoyed Clone Wars. I'm a big, like I said before, I'm a big nerd. Wait, they're bringing Clone Wars back February? That's awesome. Now the question is, are they going to bring it back live action or are they going to bring it back still cartoon? Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen Onision scream like that. Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, Revenge of the Sith was pretty good. I have the high ground. So many I think so many memes came from that movie. Season 7 of Clone Wars. Jesus Christ. I think I stopped at season 5, I want to say. Oh, that's funny. That is hilarious. I swear he doesn't realize that yeah, these videos that he's done are getting him extra views, but that's why I'm trying to prevent that. Like preventing this freaking German nut stain preventing him from getting views is better to me. Plus it benefits everybody else. Uh the Toto's Africa, Onision. It ends abruptly season 6. Yeah, I agree with that. I think the last part I saw was where Ahsoka and Anakin went. My PC setup, um, it is. Hold on, it's Windows 10. Let me see. Let me see. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Can't remember what. God damn, it's been so long since I've actually looked into that, and I forgot how to freaking check. You had to do that while I wasn't thinking about it. um, oh, cool. That's a good idea. Oh, you had to ask. Like you had to ask me. I can't remember. It's a Windows 10. Um, I think like 2 gig, 2 to 4 gigs of RAM, and like half a terabyte of space. Yeah, I used to be able to go into it like that and figure it out. I remember that. She left on her own to go fight what's her name? The two-sworded lightsaber, the two-sworded chick. I think that was her name. Ventress, that's right. I think Ventress was her name. I think she went off to go fight her, and then that was where I last left off. Star Wars is so good. If you're not a Star Wars fan, I think you're more into Star Trek. I don't know. I never got into Star Trek. I think. Oh, okay. Ventress is on the good side now. I liked her. I thought Ventress was cool. When a female goes to the dark side, heavy like Chevy. Oh god. My stars. So that was funny. Like somebody was trying to say like, "Oh, I shouldn't use the Lord's name in vain." Like, have you been to my channel? I don't have anything against Star Trek. I just didn't find it that appealing. At least in my opinion, I didn't find it appealing. Ventress was pretty badass. Best way to say it, right? Man, that top light's just not very bright anymore. Even though I just replaced it. Apparently Jesus or whatever. I'm not I'm not religious. I was pagan for a very long time. I still do. I still unless you're using fluorescent lighting in your house, your bulbs are going to suck. I am not going to dignify that one with a response, William. G-sauce ketchup. I died of that. That was funny to me. Nihilist. Have you heard the Western philosophers versus the Eastern philosophers? ERB. I'm coming off the Acropolis to start some pandemonium. Don't bring limp raps to a pimp slap symposium. God damn it, you guys. I am dead. I am freaking dead. Oh boy. Oh my god. Genghis Khan versus the Easter Bunny, the weirdest one. That one's almost as bad as Stevie Wonder versus Wonder Woman. I've seen all of them. Like right now, I am doing ERB review, like ERB reactions. I'm also gonna do reactions plus breakdowns of the raps. So the next one is gonna be Thanos versus Oppenheimer, which is just so weird. German versus Greek philosophers in a talk. God, that was so dumb. That was such a really, really, really dumb line. But it was so funny way back in the day, though, when it came out. I remember watching it when it dropped. I watched every epic rap battle since they've dropped. I've been watching them for fucking years. If I had the money to, I would actually donate to their Patreon because they're that cool. THIS. Cheap as fuck. Tesla versus Edison was pretty good. Vader versus Hitler, I've seen all three of those. The very first one I watched was from the very beginning with their John Lennon versus Bill O'Reilly. It's just a pack of cigarettes. It's just what they're called. What's this? What's this? The color everywhere. What's this? What's this? There's white things in the air. We have those too, but times are a little bit more expensive. They're like a 20 cents more expensive. That's a good one. That was a good line. Similar, yeah, very similar logo. Well, you can't buy me love, but I'll kick your ass free. I take Maxwell's silver hammer and give you a lobotomy. Like that was the moment I knew they were going to be really good battles. I'm from Oklahoma, so my real mother is actually from Arizona. But I don't talk about her. My real mom's from Arizona. I don't even she's never talked to me in my life. California, yeah. California is terrible. No offense to anybody who's in California. Uh kind of remember that. But that was a very long time ago. Like, I'm not that old, guys. I only remember things from certain moments. I'm only 29, so I just turned 29 in November. Unfortunately, and a lot of my family and a lot of my friends have become family to me. Actually, they've become more family than my own family has, which is kind of sad. Oh man, that's your first time hearing Power Man 5000? What? Power Man 5000's dope. Exactly. I don't hate them necessarily. I just don't like associating with them much. I find it's better to be on my own, or at least surrounded by friends. Exactly. And I think that's kind of where I'm going to leave it off today. So thank you guys for coming to the stream. I will stream next Saturday, hopefully a little bit longer. And I actually kind of like doing the what's your favorite stuff in the comment section. It kind of helps the comments go along. I think it kind of helps bring the algorithm up. My pleasure indeed. My pleasure indeed. Thank you guys for showing up. And just look out for new videos. I don't know what I'm gonna do honestly after Onision is gone, but I'm still gonna keep bringing those videos out so he doesn't get the views. Um, but I think what I'm gonna do is probably still go after other predators. Patreon, hold on, I will repost it. And for those $1, I have a $1 Patreon and a $5 Patreon. $1 Patreon will get you a shout, your name on videos. I can do that. I think on my $1 Patreons, they get access to my Discord as well. They also get one. They also get a permanent shout out on my channel at the end of videos, and my $5 Patreon gets all lower tier access to as well. Maybe early videos or post videos early on Patreon. I don't know yet. I still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to do with it, but it's a work in progress. So might need help figuring that out. I posted a link to my Patreon. Oh, at $5, you can also get my PlayStation Network name. So if you work on Patreon, all right, that's awesome. Uh, no worries, no worries. And I will catch you guys later. You guys have been awesome. I will catch you guys later. And you guys all have a good night and peace out. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.